Alright, welcome back to Bloodborne, part 24. Now we're going to take on the Hintertomb Chalice. Another Death to Chalice. This will be the third that we do. Well, with every chalice, so the Hintertomb is a different set of chalices though. There's only going to be, like, Hintertomb and then lower Hintertomb, so there's not going to be a central version. Just going to have a little bit more of the same enemies, some more dangerous than others. Things will hit you a little bit harder around here. Continue to play online so you can see messages. Those dudes with the dual wield are very nasty. You definitely don't want to fight a bunch of shit and then try to deal with those guys. They're not very easy to get behind either. Most of the time they see you. So anytime you do get an opportunity to visceral them, do it. They pretty much just like twitch around, run at you, look like they're on crack, and just hit you really hard. They're easily parryable. Just kind of spam bullets. If you can't read their movesets too well, they'll eventually drop and you can just go up for a visceral. They replenish your bullets, so the game's trying to tell you that they're more for parrying than anything else. You can see dude is still alive. First part's pretty easy though. Already cleared that. And then again, take the optional paths. We have critter. Kind of want to cut him off. The ghost ladies are very random. I don't know what triggers them. Usually she's never here, but she decided she wanted to be. So this would be an instance where we probably can't get behind them, but we'll try. Yeah, they don't really like to. Like I said, they give out quicksilver bullets, so they're trying to tell you that they're parryable. We picked up a cursed fire. A triangular version. We got a pretty decent triangle too from Critter there. That's a good opportunity to farm the less common bloodstone gems. But optional size popped, so we're good. And we'll enter the first boss. So the man-eater boar is just a boar fight that we've been doing the entire game, but the only caveat to this is that it can actually bat kick you. So before they never used to, but you can just set them up for the same old stuff. And then just get them in a repeated loop. So if your viscerals are high and you have a quick weapon, it's probably going to be a real easy fight. It gives us the radiant. reduce the stamina and adds slow poison effect. So this might actually be a really good bloodstone gem for us in the future, so that we can get more quicker, attacks off with the Reader Pelage, and adding damage from poison would be great. The biggest thing about that fight is I think the strength builds will probably struggle the most because your weapons will be slow. And staying behind the pig, he'll actually do like a heavy kick that'll kind of one-shot you if you're not careful. But other than that, just a normal pig fight, try to bait out its like slam attack and then get behind it and then visceral. So the start of layer 2, we want to pop the door and begin the side questing route. So we see that, and we want to find Bell Maiden. Those guys with the bill hook blades probably better parry bait than anything else. Since we're hitting pretty hard though, two-shotting them's not too bad of an idea. Here, drop dogs. And this guy can be a problem. We picked up a sharp triangle, so extremely useful for our cane, Reader Pelage, rifle spear, anything that's skill related. Then the idea is the same, just go back to where your start was. Always remember when you revisit rooms, there's a chance that a blood bug can spawn, so you just want to be careful, not kind of charge headfirst into it. Put down shining coins in case you forget where you're at. And then just continue on. As you can tell, nothing in the way of echoes being gathered from these spots, so a clear indication that these areas should be taken on a lot earlier, but we don't really need to worry about that. It's only if you just want some extra gear to go up against the bosses, which we saw weren't that bad anyway with the stuff they give you around the regular level exploration. So now we're heading into poison territory. You want to switch into your best poison resistant stuff, which is going to be the white church set. Just because you don't want poison to proc too fast. A nice little ambush point. Nothing on the sides. One of those gag areas. Now, this bridge is going to act kind of crazy. Just don't be scared. Just run right through it. Not a problem. It's to make you think that it's going to snap, but it doesn't. But if you look from the high ground and we check out our battlefield, you're going to see it's a giant swamp of poison. A Dark Souls special. Along with some cannon-wielding giants, which is a very big problem down there. And we actually do not want to deal with that. But unfortunately, you're going to have to. You can see a critter already trying to run away. The purple mist is poison, so you actually take damage from that. The hitbox on it, though, is very strange. So just pop the cauldron and then you'll be good to go. A couple of tricksters just kind of writing their little messages, trying to troll everybody. Right around the edges. Now, ultimately for these parts, you do really want to play it as safe as you can. One of those weirdo guys is going to come running up here. And then we have a boatload of rats. Now, if you want to, you can just jump down there and just kind of cut them up, or do what I'm doing and let the poison take them. They're very dumb. They'll eventually run away, but it's too late. We got snakes here. A lot of familiar foes that we're used to. But the biggest one is exploring the swamp pool when the giant's around. You will actually slow down in the pool, which is why we have the church set on. So doing things like jumping, rolling will get you across quicker, but also pick up poison faster. One common method that people like to do is to backstep through the mud. It's kind of just a quicker way to get through it. We will utilize that skill when we take a trip down to the Nightmare Frontier, because that one probably has a larger poison pool that you actually have to sit in for some stuff. Other than that, this is the way to continue. Kind of want to stay on the dry land, draw out all these dudes. Then we got a cursed Murky. So slow poison, attack versus beast goes up, but attack versus the kin goes down. So not good against thrusting weapons. These guys are pretty simple. If you're fast, just 2-swipe them. Other than that, parry or, you know, whatever you need to do. Then the name of the game is Patience down here in the pool. A lot of these items are kind of unnecessary. But everyone has their uses for something, so maybe it's going to help you. I don't know. Just want to get long jumps in. Try your hardest not to aggro the cannon monster. And that's essentially it for this poison pool, so you don't really need to do anything else here. Just kind of wait out the poison or use an antidote to clear it for good. Again, patience is key. We are going to come across a few of these pools like this, but this one's actually kind of easier because there's just one giant that we can avoid. The idea is that you go there and challenge yourself, you know, fight them in a poison pool, and you're continuous taking damage while dealing with something like that. The cannon's pretty much a one-shot, swinging it and shooting it. And his stomps and swings are, you know, they'll kill you. They'll take you down pretty quickly. Not recommended to deal with this asshole. If you got high blood tinge or you got a gun that you really like to use, you can go ahead and just kind of snipe them away. Might be a method. They do get poisoned, so if you want to like kind of track them through the poison and wait out their death, you can also do that. It's also another method. We're just going to keep going. Right back to the entrance. And go ahead and put on whatever you want. At this point, it doesn't really matter. And then this is an instance of where there's another side path. So we had one at the beginning and then one at the end. This is just time-consuming shit, but you gotta do it. Now, these places, this is where we actually do really want to start paying attention to our falls and drops. Especially looking up, because now we're going to start spawning these dudes, and they suck. Because they don't stagger. The ones that are really dangerous are the ones that hang up here, because they're very quick and their hitbox is wide. Pretty important to note though that if you do have like a fire weapon and you swing it near those things, you will actually explode them. And I've killed myself before doing that, so it's kind of stupid. Hilarious. Yeah, these guys are fucking annoying. Pop another just in case, yep. But just try to plan out your blood vials. Typically I don't get swarmed like that, I'm just kind of playing really fast and letting everything kind of gang up on me. Which is definitely what we have not been doing. But Hintertomb is one of my least liked of the dungeons, so I am gonna get these guys. They make a return. And if you do choose to leave these things alive, because of whatever reason, just remember that they're always trailing you. So you don't set yourself up for failure. And that's essentially it for this bottom portion. You just kind of wanted the extra runes for the fight. See all this creepy shit, and then grab the 2 chests right here. And climb the ladder. It's more advisable to kind of just avoid that area, because you can see how much shit just kind of popped through. It's terrible. Go ahead and pop this. He's supposed to be shooting at us the entire time we're down there, but he, kind of bugged. We'll just take that as a lucky. Oh, here's one of those creepy fuckers. He's going instant on us. Once the fight gets out of control, kind of reset. Telling you, they are not a fun one to do. We should be at the most advantage with those kind of guys, being the build we are, but they're ridiculous. It's just hard to do. Oh, useless bloodshot eyeballs. Go ahead and make a run. Take the turns you didn't take. Watch out for these things. Don't get greedy, just kind of wait for the second pair. I almost got slapped. Should be an ambush in here. I'll take it. I just don't like the wind up we do. Like to start running again. It's stupid. stupid ass damage you take. Just remember, if you left anything alive, it's still going to be alive. Check the time. We're at 30 minutes, so we should still be going good. Should be the second boss now. Alright, so second dude I think is a kin. Or it's more of those dudes, we'll see. Oh shit, it's a giant. Okay. So honestly, for this fight, I would just not even stay locked on. Yeah, see, this is fucking nightmare. He'll break the pillar. Alright, so we got the Hintertomb Chalice. Obviously, you know what those do now. The Adept Bloodstone Gem, so triangle version. So, fire attack, and then thrust. This one's interesting. You will get, like, heavy thrust, and then you add the fire damage. So even though your blade will become fire, it might be beneficial to do that against like a beast type enemy when you run out of fire paper or something and you just don't have enough to come up with it. So, you know, and you're still hitting really hard on the kin as well. Even though it'll transform your weapon basically to an arcane type, still might be worth a look. So the Undead Giant really does drop a really good rune, but kind of at a niche scenario. But you saw one swipe and he just like did us. If one of those cannonballs hit us, it probably would have been game. Okay, so bad habit I need to break out of and start showing is do this. Just go on ahead and pop a lantern and then run back. Just in case we die on the side path, we're not having to like rerun the whole elevator and all that shit, so. Over here. Kill a couple assholes with it. And I'm telling you, they just smack hard. I don't know. It's like no matter our HP or anything, they just seem to outpace the damage. It's really crazy. So we are gonna get dudes that are being summoned, so you gotta go find the Bell Maiden. Just kinda ignore these guys, figure out where she's coming from. It's because the quicker we get rid of those things, you know, we're not getting chased anymore. That room can be pretty dangerous, approaching it from the ladder side, because they'll just shoot at you while you're walking up the stairs. So that kind of sucks. let them get their combo out, and then counterattack. Easiest way to deal with those guys. Kind of go down. Make sure to check. That's the gate that was saying that we couldn't open it from the other side, so whatever. Pop through, check things out. This will be a crazy man fight. So don't even bother trying to go around him, just... Yeah. Okay. And this is the part that's really just stupidly difficult about them, is that they'll just continuously run up on you while you're healing. So you really got to take control of the fight. And generally, that's how you're going to get your HP back, is just by those trading blows is basically what that is. Okay, we got this guy. Of course. Okay. Pop this. Get a ritual blood. Grab this. 2 bolts. More ritual bloods. And it might seem like it's useless to do this stuff, but it's really not. You'll thank like yourself later for doing these little runs throughs. Kind of go backtrack yourself, trying to get a feel for where you're at again. Be like, okay, enter through there. Now you got to do a pickaxe, boys. Yeah, some of these poison. Kill those guys. Poison. Despicable liars, just because people are telling each other, like, hit the wall. That's why I swiped at the wall, because I already knew someone's going to say something about it. They love to do that here. There are secret walls in the Chalice engines only, none in the main game. Which is a disappointment. We already ran up here, so now we're getting lost. And this is a good example of why you should drop shiny coins. I'm not going to do it because, you know, I should already know my way around the dungeon, but honestly, we already grabbed the item. This is what... So this is the problem with me kind of commentate and stuff like that, is because usually I would use my phone and kind of identify, like, okay, I already got the best reward for the area, and remembering that I'm in a secret zone, not the actual area I need to be in. So then all I could have done is just kind of pop out of here and then actually continued with the game instead of running back in circles. So yeah, we already popped the thing. We got, it was like ritual blood 3s. Then exit and then just continue. We already hit the lamp and we want to go forward. So we are sitting at 40 minutes, okay. I'm gonna show as much as I can of this dungeon. Of the lair, I mean, and then we'll definitely have to break it before we continue. Otherwise we'll potentially miss the boss fight, or it's gonna get really choppy when I do it. Two routes. The one up there leads to the actual lair. This one is just the path to get to the switch. I saw what's going on there. Dude's just shooting at you. You're supposed to run down there and take, you know, shot to the back. Now, I love the aggression on these guys, but they just don't stagger. Lot of traps. Yeah. So, climb the ladder. You would have hit the gate. The gate would have been locked. You'd have to open it from the other side. Come through here. Still really nothing to speak of. Grab some free items. And he dropped a shining point. I saw that. That's pretty cool. Or he picked up an item. I don't know. Yeah, you really want to draw this guy away. Because, yeah, here we go. And what looks like a visceral at times with these guys just never turned into one. That heavy that he attempted to do is probably the best time to strike without a parry. Because it takes a while to kind of recover from it. But honestly, if you have the Augur of Ebrietas, you're gonna smash face with those dudes because they'll get knocked back. So arcane builds are like dominant in the Chalice dungeons, in my opinion. And then this is just for you know, easier time running back. Then all you gotta do is find the door, which is all the way back here. Now, Hintertomb is an interesting one. The Hintertomb Chalices do not have any summons available. So you'll have to fight these bosses 1v1. And then depending on if we have a side, I think we do actually. Good. Okay. Well, we should be able to take on the boss then. And then finish up the Hintertomb Chalice. And this one will probably be a... So here, I messed up. We really wanted to set up for this fight, which you can still do by kind of running around. Alright, so the same rules apply. Just throw a pungent cocktail, light your weapon on fire, and then go for it. Continue to do it. So lower Hintertomb Chalice for winning that one, and Blood Tinge Gemstone finally an upgrade, and then a Twin Bloodstone Shard. So what makes these Blood Tinge builds very unpopular is the fact that you just don't get anything with them. Through the entire game, we have only encountered 3 gemstones that are for gun specific. 2 of them you gain from exploring like early chapters, you know, like the old Yarnum, and getting that drop from a very early creature, and a going to the Canehurst Castle. Only 2 opportunities we've had at Blood Tinge scaling blood gems. So, you know, guns are not prevalent to use. And a lot of Blood Tinge kind of builds go off the Richter, because there's like, what's the point in using them if I don't get any kind of good damage? I'm just wasting points into that. But you're not wrong. You know, it's indeed a waste of points. At times, the gun, though, can save you, and you've seen it before. It's actually finished off some people for me. But it doesn't do as much damage as, you know, it probably should, to be honest. So we had a Blood-Starving Beast there. Really forgot to set up for it. So the entire middle is poison. So the fight's a little bit more dangerous, but if you just stay off to the sides here, obviously it's not going to be too much of an issue. But if you have those pungent blood cocktails that we've been picking up along the way, or if you bought any new ones from the inside pool, then equip them along with fire paper, serrated weapons, whatever, and then just kind of the same setup, the same exact stuff that you needed to do beforehand, you're going to do it here. Just chuck a cocktail onto the side, go in for a few swipes. As soon as it starts to lose interest in it, then you want to go ahead and pop another one, and then just keep the cycle going until you kill it. Antidote as required, because it is still poisonous once it starts shooting out the mist and clawing you. And that's the basic setup. With winning the fight, we ended up getting the lower Hintertomb Chalice, which is a tier 3 dungeon. So now the dungeons are actually going to be lot more useful in regards to gaining echoes and the kinds of bosses that we come across inside of them, in addition to the materials that we pick up, will be more beneficial. And with this, go ahead and pop back over to the Hunter's Dream. Of course, our usual run. I don't think we'll ever get a Gurman encounter in the blood moons in the sky. We'll go ahead and just adorn him with another. I think the last one we have is the urns. Then here, you want to go ahead and add whatever you lost in that fight manually if it doesn't replenish on its own. Repair your weapon as necessary. Add any new bloodstone gems that you might think will help you. There are some that are very good at this stage. An A rating is about as good as we're going to get probably for the duration of the game. So you don't really need to do anything else with it. Yeah, we don't want to lose can attack. Reduce stamina cost, but you lose a lot of attack doing that. Poison. And yeah, you see the scaling isn't really going to go up. I don't think there's S tier in Bloodborne. Let's see, we get a little bit of fire, so a little bit added there. Reduced attack in blood and physical. So the added is actually not too bad. It doesn't really take away all of the main attack and transform it into a fire weapon. So it's pretty beneficial. We could actually use that. Just have like free fire damage come off. Just get basic attack up. Might opt for this. I do want to kind of see how this will run. So we'll lose a bit of damage there, but we can always just kind of, you know, transport back to physical attack only, like we need to. Scaling is not going to help me, and I do want a little bit of something. So there we go. And actually, we can just put that gem on there. So there we go. So this will be very interesting now. I've never played a full round with the Reader Plage, or at all actually. So maybe there's something cool about the weapon that I don't know yet. The Rifle Spear is taking an unfortunate step back right now just because it's slow. And I haven't really had need to cheese around enemies and kind of poke them through corners or anything like that. So the nourishing will go up, physical attack up, but only by a point. Still not worth it. Attack versus beast goes down. Yeah, we wanted the kin. That's what it was with this one. They can do so much damage. Ooh, but we're starting to get better stuff. Honestly, just, you know, blood damage. Straight up blood damage is what we really need. Weapons are looking pretty good. Having that fire radial stone might actually be very beneficial too when we go to Nightmare of Mensis. So we just added just a little bit of fire, not too much, just a little bit. I wonder though, since it's already been fire upgraded, does that mean we cannot use bolt on it anymore? So because we chose that route, okay, so it eliminated the ability to apply paper. So even though I have a fire and 8 attack on it, I still might not be able to pull off papers. That could be a problem. Might not run with that then, but we'll see. Just kind of want to give it a little bit of a go. So by winning that dungeon, we got access to the Shaman Bone Blades. These are pretty cool. They just kind of confuse the enemy and make them do stupid shit. We're not supposed to see something like this for a while, though. You get those naturally through quest progression. Continuing the theme of more materials. No new equipment. Nothing definitely from these guys. These guys will only give you new stuff when you get badges. And then here, I'm going to opt to buy Eileen's gear. Because I consider that Chalice dungeon to be kind of an extra. So now we can honor her. And the Crow Lady. So Raynie is doing everything we can to continue the Hunter of Hunters. So nice upgrades all around. Now we want to look into building the lower Thumaru Chalice. You can take on either though. You can take on lower Hinter or lower Thumaru. Lower Hinter requires a bunch of blood 3s. And so does lower Hinter. So you need 9 in order to conduct this ritual. And you need 6. So in all, you need 15. We have 21, which is why we needed to do those side areas. And then this one also requires you some bloodshot eyeballs, which needs 6, and we have 11. So it is beneficial to kind of do like those 2 in tandem like we just did, so that you can produce both chalices. And recommendation-wise, I think lower Hintertomb is a little bit easier in the scale of things versus the lower Thumaru. They're both the same price, just one costs more materials. So I will decide on if we are going to continue to Chalice in the next part, or if we're going to go on some more optional quests. So that we can see more of Bloodborne, because Chalice dungeoning is the same over and over again. It's go through the layers, fight a boss, get to the next layer, fight a boss, get to the next layer, fight a boss, go all the way down the death chart, and then boom. Get out of the dungeon with some pretty cool rewards, farm the dudes for some, bloodstone gems if you want to, get some echoes that you otherwise wouldn't get from the main story overall, and then just kind of wreck shop when you get to the end game. So we'll continue that experience. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.